Kingston is the perfect test case to be able to try some really new progressive ideas on how we can help build a city for the next generation of our residents. And so when we were able to deliver legislation and have it unanimously adopted, for me, it was a sense of pride in our community.
Kingston Forward is a city-wide form-based code. I was incredibly impressed with the community support that we had. The Common Council felt secure enough to vote unanimously, a 9-0 vote this past August, which is super exciting.
We started with a week-long charrette, both in-person and virtual meetings, walking tours through all the different neighborhoods. We worked closely with the city and community over the course of 2 years and 4 drafts to make sure that what gets built according to the code is what they wanted.
I love the interactive design process. I love being able to see people be able to relate to the abstract concept of land use planning and zoning.
Historic Kingston embodies ideas that are at the root of the new urbanism. If you tried to do this with deep setbacks and high parking requirements and prohibitions on mixed use, forget it.
We needed a zoning code that could answer the needs of the community, that had the ability to actually get the result.
We started to realize that many of the historic building types that we found in Kingston that were loved were also illegal, right? And they required variances for lot size, mixture of uses, and number of units. And so the new code addresses this and fixes it.
We studied the heights and setbacks and created transect standards so that this type of housing can be built again.
And we really aim to have the zoning code be pro-housing across the board by ending our parking requirements, ending single-family zoning, legalizing accessory dwelling units, streamlining the approvals process.
I'm most excited about how this new code supports the city's broad racial and economic justice goals, and it also advances our commitment to smart, climate-sensitive development.
What I'm most excited about in the new zoning code is that you could have an ADU, that's an accessory dwelling unit, in any parcel in Kingston.
And what's especially encouraging is we see smaller projects taking shape. So these are the duplexes and triplexes that we haven't produced in a long time. This has been vacant for 15 years. Under the new zoning code, the city was finally able to find a partner developer to bring the high-density commercial and residential uses that this site deserves. Given the need for housing, we have a moral obligation to make sure that big sites like this do not go to waste.
Under the new code, I don't need to provide off-street parking, and I don't need to be as far set back, which means I don't have to dig into the hill anymore, and I don't need to make a giant parking lot where there's this beautiful grass and trees right now.
We're already seeing some previous projects be revisited under the new code in order to be built better. And we also haven't had to have a ZBA meeting for the last 2 months because no one's needed a variance.
Small cities can do really amazing things, and we did it right here in Kingston.